TV Syracuse, the local station. You're watching the morning news.
Let the debate begin when it comes to how to get over in the construction zone.
I'm looking forward to the responses we're going to get for this one.
Well, very good morning to you. It is 5 o'clock. You have Ryan and Rachel here on a soggy Monday.
I know. Very wet start out there, Kate.
Something that we have not seen in a while, right? It's been a couple of days since we've had any measurable rainfall. And some of you have seen over a half inch, even close to an inch of rain just since midnight. Just so in the last 5 hours. And it is much, much needed rain now. We don't have any flooding alerts or anything like that. And actually, there's a little bit of a lull at the moment in Syracuse. But our rain kind of fills back in here this afternoon. We're in the mid-50s. Our temperatures, they're not rising at all today. They're actually falling as the day goes on. We'll spend most of our day in the low 50s. Just basically have your raincoats with the sweatshirts underneath ready to go. And we actually have a lot of days with those raindrop icons on it. We're going to talk more about that in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Kate. We'll start in Oneida County, where we are back on verdict watch.
Now, Storm Team meteorologist Kate Thornton with Central New York's most accurate forecast.
And a very good Monday morning. It's a wet one as we are looking from our Skynet 9 camera out over downtown Auburn, where we've had rain move in overnight. It's been coming down a little heavy and steady at times. 56 right now at the Syracuse Airport, and our wind is at 5 miles per hour after peaking at 45 miles per hour yesterday. We had wind gusts over 40, even around 50 miles per hour in parts of the southern tier yesterday. So it was windy, and we're not done with the wind just yet. And we're not done with the rain just yet either. So we have this band of rain that's been kind of circulating around Syracuse. We're in a little bit of a lull at the moment, but there's more rain back in western New York that's going to fill in here later on this morning through midday. Here's how much rain has fallen so far. This is just since midnight. So just in the last 5 hours, we've seen over a half inch of rain in Fayetteville, 3/4 of an inch in some spots like over towards Camden, getting over a half inch and almost an inch of rain over towards Redfield. So you can see things kind of fill back in. Lunchtime, we're expecting another round of rain before things kind of peter off here later on this evening. How much additional rain? Well, anyone in the green, about a 1/4 inch or less. You go towards the blue, upwards of a half inch or more. So we're not done with things just yet. In fact, a lot of this week features chances of rain. It's been a minute since we've had this many rain icons showing up on our 7-day forecast. We're in the mid-50s right now, but this is where we're staying. We are not rising with our temperatures. So this morning, rain showers. We get another bulk of rain in here at lunchtime. Then after school, after work hours, our rain starts to kind of taper off a little bit. But this is also when the wind is going to pick back up again. We have gusty winds after lunchtime, around 20, 30 plus miles per hour again. So you're going to want to keep an eye out on any of those loose holiday decorations, garbage cans, anything like that for this afternoon. Here's that rain kind of filling in here again. 50s throughout the day. Later on this evening, though, we may even see a few breaks of sunshine once all this kind of pulls away here. Very blustery evening, and things are going to be pretty wet outside. And then it's a little quieter later on tonight. We'll wake up to a little bit of some lake effect rain showers. Not much happening in the morning tomorrow, but then we got another front in here midday tomorrow with more quick showers kind of moving on through. And that's going to bring in cooler air for this week. Cool enough where our rain chances Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, especially Thursday, Friday. It's actually some lake effect rain showers. Our air aloft is cool enough to get that going, especially north of the Thruway. Not much happening this weekend, though. It is cool. We're in the 50s, overnight lows in the 40s, mostly cloudy, with just a few showers nearby that we'll keep an eye on.
Okay, right now it is 5.
Certified as Central New York's most accurate.
All right, we're looking at the radar right now, and we have been dealing with some pretty steady rain for the last several hours. It's kind of all rolled in here right around midnight last night, and some of you have seen close to an inch of rain just within the last 4 to 5 hours. And so it's been coming down and still coming down pretty good in parts of Lewis County going up into the Adirondacks. A lull right now, but you see this batch of rain back towards Rochester and Buffalo. That's going to fill back in here. That's the actual center of the low itself. So we're keeping things rainy this morning through midday. A little drier to close out the day. We may even see a few breaks of blue sky. Not ruling that out, but the wind, Yeah, it's a little low now. It's not super breezy outside, but this afternoon that wind is going to whip back up again, especially Oswego. You're looking at gusts over 40 miles per hour again today, so I would not inflate those Halloween decorations back up again. I would leave those down again for today. We're dealing with a decent amount of rainfall this week, too, all the way through the end of the week. Up over a half-inch of rain just since midnight.
I can believe
in the last
that.
5.5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was loud rain, too.
Yeah, and as you were
James
worried
also
about,
did.
like, you know, coming down too much at once because the ground is so hard.
Yeah, luckily we've had some good morning dew, but
Okay.
still, like, we've had a lot of dry weather, and so when it comes down real hard like that, it's almost like just running off of concrete.
Right.
Now, I haven't seen any flooding alerts or anything like that,
Okay,
which
that's
is good. Which is good. And there's a little bit of a lull happening now, but more rain's on the way. So if you are wondering what to wear today, well, never fear, I got you covered. Rain jackets. Definitely going to come in handy today, even though it may not be coming down right at this moment, but we got more rain around noontime before things will kind of fizzle out later on this evening. Mid-50s at the moment, and that's as warm as we get. At the bus stop, it's raining, and then we're turning cooler, and the wind is coming back too. We got gusty winds once again this afternoon.
We're following breaking news.
Now, Storm Team meteorologist Kate Thornton with Central New York's most accurate forecast.
And a very good wet Monday morning. Now, we've broken up our rain just a bit, but it was coming down good. You see this line right here? This is what moved over us right around like 2 in the morning. It's now pushed off to our east. We're in a little bit of a dry slot, and there's more rain back in western New York that'll fill in here later on this morning. And so, yeah, it is wet. And it's been a few days since we've had some rain. We've had little traces here and there, but nothing actually measurable. And some of you picked up your fair share. Redfield is closing in on an inch of rain. This is just since midnight. So just within the last 5.5, 6 hours, we've seen almost an inch of rain. Other spots, about a quarter to a half inch of rainfall. Much needed rain, too. Again, there's not much happening for the next couple of hours. And then right around lunchtime, we're expecting that rain to pick up its pace again and then eventually kind of fizzle out here later on today. So we'll see an additional about a tenth to even up to a quarter inch of rain within the next 24 hours. So getting you out the door this morning, I mean, it is going to turn even cooler as the day goes on. It's breezy. We'll see little breaks of sunshine by the end of the day, but we're losing ground with these temperatures running a little bit below normal, coming off of the 78 that we had yesterday. But we were able to get so warm because of the wind. We had peak wind gusts over 30, 40, around 50 miles per hour yesterday, causing those wind a little bit of wind damage in some spots, but mostly power outages. It's windy again this afternoon. Not quite as bad as yesterday, but we're still looking at gusts over 30 miles per hour. So you're going to notice that wind picking back up again. And that's when our actual center of the low, you can really see the circulation kind of moving on top of us. When it starts to pull away here, that's when our wind is picking up and our temperatures begin to drop. But here we are at 6 o'clock just before sunset. Got a few breaks in here, so should make for a really pretty sunset later on this evening. We're quiet overnight, not a whole lot happening. There might be a little bit of lake effect along the lake shore, but a dry, sunny start to the day tomorrow. But then at lunchtime, there's another round of a little bit of rain. It's windy again tomorrow, southwest wind, so it's warmer tomorrow in the 60s. This one is going to bring in some cooler air to close out the week. Wednesday, we still have some showers, temperatures in the mid-50s. Then we got low 50s for Thursday, Friday, clouds and some lake showers. Our air is cool enough, not so cold for it to be the S word. I'm not going to say that, but we are dealing with some rain showers, that lake effect for Thursday and Friday, especially north of the Thruway. Over the weekend, we're keeping it mostly cloudy. A lot of dry time, too. We'll see if we can get some rain showers back in here Sunday night into Monday. Overnight lows staying in the 40s.
RTV Syracuse, the local station. You're watching the morning news.
We had people in the Your Stories line begging us to say, will you teach people how to merge properly?
This is going to be a controversial one, though.
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear what you all think.
Lay off the horn. I'm just the messenger. That's all. All right. Welcome in. You have Ryan and Rachel here. Hope you had a lovely weekend. We are waking up a little soggy this morning.
I know, after a beautiful weekend, too.
Yeah.
Let's start.
Oh, my gosh. It was 78 yesterday. Like, it was so nice. And then, of course, then you had the wind to deal with. But this morning, what's that?
Like a hairdryer.
It was like a hairdryer yesterday. Yes, Ryan, making it relatable for people here. That's why we love you so much. Here's what it looks like on the radar right now. Yeah, and driving through our construction zones. I mean, our sunrise is so late in the morning now, and with things so wet outside, new pavement, you really just want to be mindful, taking it a little bit slower. You have a lot of leaves that came down yesterday with those gusty winds. More of that on the way today, too. We have 50s right now. More rain later this morning, midday, before things kind of taper off, and it's still very windy this afternoon, so we're going to see more leaf drop and our temperatures in the 50s.
All right, thank you, Kate. We'll start in...
Now, Storm Team meteorologist Kate Thornton with Central New York's most accurate forecast.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. A live view right now from our Sky at 9 camera out over Auburn. It is wet outside. We've been dealing with some rain all night long, coming out pretty heavy at times, too, but a little lull at the moment. We're sitting at 56 degrees. There's something calm wind right now. That's not going to last for too much longer either. So here's what's happening. We had this move in overnight. We had some pretty heavy, steady rain. We still got another batch of rain, though, back in western New York, where it's coming on pretty good, too, in the western part of the southern tier. That's going to move back in here right around lunchtime today. So not a whole lot other than some lighter rain showers, but it's still so dark outside. Some of you picked up a quarter to a half inch to even close to an inch of rain just since midnight in the last 6 hours. And, you know, because the sun is not up yet, the ground is very wet. We had a lot of leaves come down, so please just take it easy on the roads as you're heading out the door this morning. Rain jacket's a good idea because it's still going to be raining around 10, 11, 12 o'clock today. It won't be until this evening where things will kind of wrap up a bit. And so we're expecting at least an additional about quarter inch of rain for some of us before the day is over with. Check out the wind reports from yesterday, though. These were some of the highest ones. It was a lot of like 30, 35 mile per hour, but the highest one I've seen locally was Skinny Atlas, almost 50 miles per hour, over in Rome at mid 40 mile per hour. And so parts of the southern tier had over 50 mile per hour wind gusts. Now, even though it's not very windy now, the wind is picking back up again. We're looking at 30 plus mile per hour wind gusts for this afternoon once again. So definitely keep those Halloween decorations deflated today. Those two-story monsters, you don't want to have those inflated today. Otherwise, they're going to take off like alphabet. We got showers this morning, a few more showers, cooler, rainy as you're coming home from school and work. But you can see on the timecast, once we get past lunchtime today, we're going to notice some improvement with the sky. Our sun gradually gets in here. We'll see a few breaks just in time for sun to set this evening. Temperatures are in the 50s, and then we're actually going to keep things pretty quiet overnight. A little breezy overnight, but really not much rain happening other than a little bit along the lake shore. 40s when we wake up tomorrow morning, nice and sunny, but then we got another front that gets through here midday tomorrow. A few more showers with this. So after school tomorrow, a little bit of rain quickly moves on by, but that's going to bring in some cooler air that's going to set up for the second half of the week. We still have a few showers on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, some lake showers. So, of course, not everyone gets in on the rain, but if you live north of the Thruway, you got a shot at dealing with some of these showers for Thursday and Friday. It's just rain. It's just rain. We're not talking about the S word just yet. Please give me at least another month. Please.
I think we're all saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Well, we might be several months away, maybe a month away from actual snow.
Oh, he said it.
Like sorry.
Voldemort.
That's right. Oh, S word, sorry.
He who cannot be named.
We're only 11 days away from Halloween, and so we are getting into the spooky season with some tunes, and we're asking what Halloween song went #1 on...
Now, your forecast first. Certified as Central New York's most accurate.
All right, another check at our radar right now. We have some lighter showers after this batch of heavy rain came through right around 2 o'clock in the morning. This is what's coming through for lunchtime today. So we're not done with the rain just yet. We still have more to get through today. Really coming down today, and then things kind of lighten up a little bit. We still have rain showers. Ooh, this background is quite aggressive. I didn't put that in there. I'm going to blame Carson for that one. We got plenty of showers for the rest of the week, too, especially some lake effect showers happening for the end of the week because of how cool it's going to be. We're not done with the wind either. We have wind gusts today peaking around 30 miles per hour again. Yesterday, we had 30, 40 miles per hour, so it comes down just a little bit. But we are still quite windy today and tomorrow afternoon. And that wind, that cooler air blowing over the lake, we have some very, very warm lake waters going on right now. So that is going to create some lake effect showers for the end of the week. A lot of dry time this weekend, though. Mid-50s. Very fall.
Well, good.
Those 70s felt great yesterday.
They did.
It was lovely.
It was a little windy, though.
Yeah.
Had to put the hat on to do the yard work.
Where's the hat now?
It's still, no, it stayed on.
It stayed on? Okay.
Neighbor's yard.
Unlike your trash can. Stayed in my perimeter. All right, here we go.
Now, Storm Team meteorologist Kate Thornton with Central New York's most accurate forecast.
And a very good Monday morning. A live view right now from the Skynet 9 camera out over downtown Auburn. Not a lot of rain happening right now. And anyone that is getting rain, it's a lot lighter than it was even just a couple of hours ago. We're sitting at 56 degrees and it's a calm wind for now. All that's about to change. So here's our kind of big picture going on here. We had our occluded front come through. That gave us some pretty heavy, steady rain, but we still have a trough to come through western New York right now. That's going to fill our rain back in here in just a couple of hours, and that's going to take us into the afternoon. So on the radar, we've had some lighter showers at the moment, but some of you picked up some really heavy rain, like in Redfield. I mean, you've already seen an inch of rain. That's just since midnight. In other locations, over a quarter inch to even a half inch of rain in Fayetteville. So it was really coming down. And it's still going to come down pretty good, though, right? Between about 10 and 2 o'clock this afternoon. Still a little rainy for after school, after work hours is when we'll start to kind of dry things out here a little bit. But we're still expected to pick up at least another quarter inch of rain for a lot of us. We've had some very high wind gust reports of over 40, even around 50 miles per hour yesterday. Today, not as windy, but it's still very windy. I mean, anything over 20 miles per hour is pretty high. And so we're looking at gusts around 30 miles per hour once again. Today it's coming from the west, though. Yesterday was south, and that's why we were so warm. So it's a rainy start to our morning. You're going to want to send the kids off, and yourself too, with the rain jackets, because you're going to need it pretty much throughout the day today, because by the time things dry out, the day is pretty much wrapped up at this point anyway. So you can see that rain filling back in from western New York. We're dealing with it coming down steady at times, at least through about the evening commute time. Later, just before the sun sets, conveniently, we'll have a few breaks of sun, and it should make for a really pretty sunset. And then things are a little quieter overnight. Still a little breezy, but not too bad. A few partial clearing going on here. We have a little bit of light cloud happening, and then tomorrow we'll start with the sunshine. There's a weak cold front moving through, so we're going to get a quick shot of some showers mid-afternoon tomorrow. Breezy again, but yeah, it's pretty quick. It's just for a couple of hours, but that will bring in some cooler air, and it's going to be cool enough, in particular for Thursday and Friday, for some lake effect rain showers. Mainly for folks north of the Thruway. Kind of keeping it mostly cloudy and in the 50s this weekend, so you want to have that extra layer underneath the spooky costumes for all the trunk or treats going on this weekend.
That's a good piece of advice right there. Let's answer our question of the day. That hurts, Kate. So does the rain, by the way, looking at your radar.
Yeah, we got our last week. This week for a lot of fall sports is the last week of the regular season for any of the outdoor sporting events, soccer, field hockey, cross country, football, anything going on. I mean, it is a bit wet this morning. Later on today, the rain kind of tapers off a little bit, but from now through at least about 2, 3 o'clock, we're going to be dealing with some rain. And on top of that, it is windy again today. It's calm now, but our wind gusts really pick up again midday. After about 4 or 5 o'clock, the rain starts to taper off a little bit, and we'll even get some partial clearing in here overnight. We'll wake up with sunshine tomorrow morning, and then midday, just a quick, like 2-hour couple little drops here and there. And then we are turning cooler the end of the week with some lake effect rain showers. Keyword rain.
Yeah.
Rain.
Okay.
Not the other kind of lake effect. Please give me one more month before we deal with that.
I agree.
Hey, don't forget to download the WSYR Plus app, and you can watch all the latest news, weather, sports programming there. We'll see you back here for our next news update at 7:23.